A fight that lasted only a few seconds changed 3 young lives forever.
One person is struggling to walk and talk because of his injuries. 2 others face the possibility of prison. One of them is former Gopher quarterback Philip Nelson. 8 months after he ended up in the back of a police car in Mankato, Nelson is speaking publicly for the first time. In an exclusive interview with WCCO's Mike Max, Nelson talks about trying to move forward from his mistake.
Philip Nelson is training for what he hopes will be his next football opportunity, waiting for colleges to call, looking for a quarterback with quite a football resume. He's just a few years removed from a standout high school career and Mr. Football in the state at Mankato West. Just over a year removed from a 2-year stint as a starting quarterback for the Gophers. He left after his sophomore season, transferring to Rutgers. Then his life changed forever. The grainy video of the incident that left Isaac Kolstad in a life-threatening situation. Nelson kicking him in the head.
I'm just confused as to why I'm the one getting arrested right now.
He was arrested. A towel over his head as he walked to a vehicle last spring, symbolic of a life forever changed.
You know, it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. Didn't understand how I could possibly end up there.
For the first time since that fateful night, he talked about the past 8 months.
At the Downs, you know, I was just lucky to have my family around me because there were days where I didn't want to get out of bed.
He cannot talk about the case, although he's hopeful to be exonerated, with attorneys presenting evidence that his kick to Kolstad's head did not cause brain damage. That's a legal issue. He can talk about that night and those few seconds.
Not letting yourself get caught up in a bad situation, and, you know, to anybody out there, I mean, a bad situation can happen at any time, and it's about staying out of those bad situations.
You grew up in Mankato, you lived in Mankato, and now you may be even afraid to leave your house in Mankato. What was that like?
You're obviously nervous to go out in social situations and things like that, but you know, as time has grown on, you know, I've, owned up to, everything that has happened.
He has several colleges keeping tabs on him. He is eligible to play next fall. He is attractive to many schools. He has worked out with a trainer to prepare for his next opportunity. But what he wants to be is more than a football player. He wants to share his story.
This is a couple seconds of my life. It doesn't define who I am. You know, I just know that I'm, 21 years old and I got plenty of life to live, and any way I can, share my experience and help other people learn from my mistake, that would be something that I would really look forward to doing. This is real life. This is way more important than any other football game I've played in my life.
This is not just about Nelson, of course. It's about Isaac Kolstad and Trevor Shelley and who did what to who. Something Nelson can't discuss in specific terms, but can only say,
you just absolutely pray for the best for everybody involved, and that's truly my hope and my prayers.
As for Kolstad, who we featured exclusively a month ago, he continues to make progress according to his Carrying Bridge site and has surpassed what doctors originally thought would be possible. No date on a trial has been set.
He seems pretty poised for what's going on, and certainly like he's learned something from it.
He's learned an awful lot, and this last 8 months, of course, living in Mankato there, he got to a point where he just said, I've got to start preparing and try to make the best out of this situation, whatever it is. And that's what you're seeing now. And a number of different colleges are watching to see if he's exonerated. He could enroll as soon as next week at a college.
Wow.
Mike, thanks.
Thank you.
We should mention that Trevor Shelley is also charged with a felony for the fight that hurt Kolstad. Last week, the medical examiner concluded that a punch Shelley is accused of throwing caused Kolstad's worst injuries.